Villains are something we've seen in movies and TV shows since the beginning of time, but who is the greatest? In today's video, I'm going to be going over a list of my favorite villains, and I want you guys to decide out of this list who you think is the greatest villain of all time. Homelander. Ever since season 1 of The Boys, Homelander has been crashing out, letting a plane full of people die, killing countless people for seemingly no reason, just for fun, and also dating Stormfront. His main problem is that he's obsessed with being adored by people. He also lacks empathy, any type of moral compass whatsoever, and he's also a massive narcissist. Now, with the introduction of season 4, Homelander changed a little bit. He was a little bit more quiet. He somehow lost a little bit of empathy that he had for others and just started completely crashing out. Minimal spoilers here, but Homelander was made in a lab. At some point in season 4, he went down to the lab, ended up torturing all of the people inside of the lab with the things that they used to do to him when he was a kid. Now, obviously, there's a huge difference here because those people are just normal humans. Homelander is a superhero who seemingly cannot die. So him doing it to these people was for pure enjoyment. I mean, at one point, he literally had one of the people that used to run the lab do something to themselves in front of everybody and sat there and laughed the whole entire time, just enjoying himself before he completely lasered it off. He's also massively obsessed with power. Because he is the strongest superhero on the planet, he knows no one can touch him. He's not like Superman where there's kryptonite. He doesn't seem to have any bits of weakness, besides when people hate on him. As I said, he loves to be adored. So when people start hating him, he then questions everything about himself. Now, I knew Homelander was crazy, but what I've seen in this last season of The Boys has been absolutely insane. Darth Vader. Darth Vader's main goal is to control all of the galaxy at all costs. The first time we saw Darth Vader was in 1977. My boy has been on a tirade for over 47 years, and we have seen Darth Vader kill multiple people for seemingly no reason. Obviously for that main goal, that big goal to control the galaxy. But other than that, it just seems like he has pure hatred towards anybody who stands against him, which of course puts him extremely high on this list because my boy is absolutely insane. As I said, the first time we saw Darth Vader was in 1977. He has been on this massive tirade for over 47 years for seemingly no reason, hurting and killing everybody who stands in his way of that sheer control of the galaxy, which seems to be what a lot of these characters have in common. They want control, they want power, they want to be the strongest, they want everybody to report to them, which of course ties all of these villains together. Heath Ledger's Joker. Heath Ledger's Joker is described as a psychopath, mass murderer, a sadistic clown with zero empathy. Heath Ledger's Joker not only embodied chaos, but also anarchy. He also had a massive obsession with Batman. He almost deemed themselves as friends, which of course goes into that point of him being a psychopath. Him and Batman were not friends whatsoever, but throughout the movies you see him talking about the Batman as if they're friends, as if they need each other to survive, almost like Batman completes him. Now, the Joker's main goal was of course not to necessarily destroy Gotham. Rather, he wanted to destroy all of the goodness and beliefs people had with inside of Gotham and pretty much destroy all of their humanity. He obviously doesn't have a clear-cut motive, but those goals speak measures. John Kramer. John Kramer has a mass obsession with forcing people into deadly scenarios, which he calls games or tests. He forces these victims into playing either a physical or a mental game, and if they pass or escape this game, they'll survive with a new outlook on life. Now, John Kramer is the guy who creates the Saw traps in the Saw movies, especially in the movie Saw X, where he creates all of these Saw traps for people who ended up doing him wrong. John Kramer had a massive brain tumor, and at this point he was willing to do absolutely anything to survive and stay alive for a little bit longer. He ends up finding a group of surgeons who say that they can fix him. They can get rid of this brain tumor and keep him alive for a lot longer. It was a hoax. They ended up playing him, and my boy ended up making them play a game, which ended up leaving one of them to survive. Cecilia technically did survive in the gas chamber trap, but I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing much more of her. Now, at that point, you think, okay, he has a reason to be killing these people. But if you go back to some of the other Saw movies, you think, why is he doing this? It doesn't really make sense. There's really no reason in any of the other Saw movies besides Saw X for him to be doing this. He seems to be doing this just for control. Thanos. Thanos is depicted as an alien warlord from a doomed planet known as Titan. His main goal is to wipe out half of the life to stabilize the overpopulation. Now, the way he's going to do that is of course obtaining all 6 Infinity Stones, technically cosmic gems that give him the power to achieve that goal, which you guys know as the Snap. Now, Thanos is one of those characters that is genuinely crazy. Like, my boy is not only extremely strong, but he's got a ton of henchmen as well, which I'm not gonna lie, is pretty badass. Now, as I said, Thanos is one of those characters that I definitely vibe with. He's super cool, super strong, and all he wants to do is do this. Now, does that make that right? Absolutely not, but he's definitely up there in the top tier of villains in movies. Now, as I said, Thanos' main goal is to do the Snap and wipe out at least half of the life forms on the planet because of overpopulation. Now, in his mind, he thinks that's okay, he thinks that's right, but in the grand scheme of things, obviously it's not. But the way Thanos is portrayed, he's definitely one of those top 5 characters, especially villains, in all of movies. Art the Clown. Art the Clown is one of those slashers we've never seen before because he genuinely enjoys killing. We've seen slashers like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Ghostface. We've seen all of these slashers with clear-cut motives motives on why they're doing it. There is no backstory or general reason on why Art the Clown kills, but he genuinely has a great time while doing it, which definitely puts him extremely high on this list. There's been multiple occurrences in multiple scenes where Art the Clown can clearly kill somebody, but he doesn't. He pretty much prolongs their life, which has people have that general synopsis that Art the Clown at some point was a surgeon. The reason he was fired? Well, it was because he wanted to see how far and how much torture the human body can withstand before dying. Now, as I said, we've seen slashers before who have just killed for no reason, but we've never seen a slasher genuinely enjoy himself as much as Art the Clown, seemingly laughing every time he's killing someone. Voldemort. Voldemort is the main protagonist in all of the Harry Potter movies. His main goal is to enslave all of the Muggles, which are technically non-magical humans, and also the Half-Bloods, people who have a mother who is a human and a wizard for a father. He wants to enslave them to achieve pure blood dominance. Voldemort is one of my favorite characters in all of fiction. Now, the only smoke I want with Voldemort is the fact that he was trying to pack my boy Harry Potter up for way too long. You couldn't do it when he was a kid, you couldn't do it when he was a teen, and you couldn't do it when he was an adult. You should just back it off. You tried to fight him 3 different times and you couldn't do it. My boy was a baby sitting in a crib, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't even touch him. Put a little scar on his head and that is it. If you couldn't do it to a kid, how could you think you could do it to a full-blown wizard adult? It just doesn't make sense. You gotta take your L and go. You had every single slithery serpent on your team and you still couldn't do nothing. You got beat by Half-Bloods and Muggles. How are you gonna do that? Now, just because I'm saying that, I don't think that discredits Voldemort at all as being one of the top villains in all of fiction, but you have to know when to hang it up. Voldemort did not want any smoke with Harry Potter. He could not do anything to Harry Potter. So with that, I think he's a little cooked. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video, and if you did, don't forget to smack a like on it. That'd be greatly appreciated. Comment down below what else you guys want to see on the channel, and also let me know who you guys think the strongest villain in all of movie and TV show is down in the comment section below. With all of that being said, guys, my name is Chris, and of course, I will catch you guys on the next one.